Coming up on this week's episode of How Vaccinated Podcast, what have we been up to? Including Netflix, Fraser's being vaccinated, and more. All on this week's episode of My name is Kai.
And my name is Fraser.
And what have you been up to, Fraser?
I'm glad. I've been glad because you're back.
Yay! It's been like 3 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a little while. We skipped one because of the weekend away, and then you've had some things going on last week, haven't you?
Yeah, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
In a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, what a day.
Oh, what a day. But no, like otherwise, yeah, I'm doing well. I'm feeling good as well at the moment, at least, because today, literally the day of recording on the 7th, oh my god, it's a Saturday. We haven't recorded on a Saturday for a little while.
Yeah, we're doing well, I think, today.
Yeah, so literally on today's day of recording, I have been double vaccinated.
Woo!
Which is really nice because that means I no longer have any more vaccinations to worry about. It's all been done. And I literally just waiting to see if there's any side effects now, to be completely honest. I feel like this time round, take it with a pinch of salt, has been better so far. I mean, I felt the jab this time. Last time I didn't feel it at all. It felt like nothing. But this time I felt like a small, sharp prick, basically. But it's also generally been better because last time after the jab, I had hot flashes of sweating profusely, which is gross to say, but I did have that, which is just stress and anxiety, basically.
Really?
But this time round, no, there was none of that. I mean, I felt hot, 100%, but that's just me. There was nothing else that came with it. I had a cup of water. They were all friendly. Do you know what? I feel like the process got a little bit longer now because, I went to the front gate. I had it done at Bath Racecourse, which was nice to go there because I'd never been there before. I went to the front gate. They were like, oh, yeah, have you got everything? Can you answer these 2 questions? Tell me your name, date of birth. Okay, and then you go in. Hello. Are you getting your first or second jab? Okay, right. Can you swap out your mask? Do your hands. Okay, go. Then you go to somebody else. Hello. What's your first name? Last name, date of birth? Where do you live? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, right. You having your first or second? Go to the next room. Okay, queue up there. Hello. Do your hands again. Hello. First name, second name. I was just, oh my God. And then I got to the jab. Got to the actual jab bit. Hello, what's your first name, second name, where do you live? I was like, Jesus Christ! I said it 4 fucking times now!
Hello!
But I mean, it's efficient. It's clearly a nice turning cog. What they've got going on is really good because there was no queue at all this time. I went straight in. I was checked by somebody, straight in again, checked by somebody, straight in, went to somebody straight away, straight to the next section. Oh, actually 2-minute wait there, but that was barely anything. Got jabbed, and then, it was just it was so efficient. So despite all the questions, fair play to them. They've done a good job. Yeah. And it's just good that it's all done. So my arm doesn't even ache at the moment, but it has been about 2 hours. Or maybe 3. I can't count. I think it's 2. Yeah, 2 hours since I've been jabbed. Which is fine. So we'll see what happens later on. And it makes me officially, as I put on my Instagram caption, biologically Bill Gates' son. Yay! I thought I can't put a 5G joke. So many people have made 5G jokes. It's stupid. Got to think of something else. I know. Yeah, that other theory.
I know. Hello.
Hello, what's your first name? So that's basically what's happened today for me, and that's the only thing that's really happened this week, to be honest. How about you? What have you been up to?
I was going to quickly add to your vax thing. You said earlier you had to switch out your mask. What do you mean with that?
Oh, so the first time round, when I went to a completely different walk-in place, they allowed me to just walk in with my felt mask, my black one or a blue one. I can't remember which one I took.
They make you wear a...
this time round, they said, can you swap out your mask for the blue one with the filter? I mean, fair enough. I've done it when I've gone to the dentist and stuff as well. So, that's what they meant by that.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
it went all good, though. I was happy with it, and I'm glad that it's all over and done with.
Yeah, fingers crossed any side effects just mild. I think mine took 5 or 6 hours to start kicking in a bit.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. And even then, 5-6 hours time, it'll be 8 o'clock. Worst comes to worst, I'll just have an early night.
Yeah, Yeah, I think what I did was I had like a flannel on my head overnight or something like that, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But I remember the next day I had to go and bloody record music, so it was like,
That's why I'm glad I had it on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing is feeling like death when you have to do something and there's nothing you can do to avoid it. So that's why I wanted to get it like done. I mean, I could have got it done yesterday. 8 weeks to the day was yesterday. But no, I opted for today because I wanted to at least, feel good while streaming.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, how about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been all right. What have I been up to? Been watching a lot of Netflix. Been watching Superstore as of your recommendation a while back.
Yes!
And I'm happy to say I've got 2 more episodes left, and I am done.
And then you are done. What do you think of the whole thing?
Oh, I love it. I'm trying to get people that I know to start watching it.
You've took it to me and Sherry.
Yeah. But like the worst thing is, 2 of the people that I want to watch it work in retail, and they're like,
So that means they can relate to it. That's the best bit.
Exactly. And I was like, but even then, they don't usually talk about, supermarkets all the way throughout, so...
Well, that's it. It's more like life inside of a supermarket rather than all that. But it's still very relatable at the same time. Like I worked in a shop for 6 months, and there was so much that you pick up from those 6 months that you end up being like, oh my god, that was so true. This is really, really accurate. So once you finish watching that, what's next? What's next for you?
Oh, I don't even know. I've been wanting to rewatch some things and whatever else. I want to start watching The Walking Dead. So maybe that.
Oh, Jesus! You'll be there for a while.
Yeah, that's like the only issue. Like, I like the 20-minute episodes because you can kind of stop after a while. But Walking Dead's like an hour long each one, and what is that? 13 seasons or something?
I can't remember. I think there's at least 10. But like every single season has, I think it's 16 episodes, maybe by the first one. Because the way they did it was like 8 episodes mid-season break, 8 episodes. The thing is, you've really, really, really got to give it a chance.
I've heard like one of the first few seasons is really bad.
The first one's bad. The second one is a little bit better. And then third onwards is good because that's when you start making the connections. But as well as that, you can expect episode 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 15 and 16 to be good. All of the rest of them are very filler.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
You've really, really got to give it a chance if you want to be able to enjoy it. But like, I will,
but
I think I got to the start of season 9, and I watched the first episode. I fell asleep, and I was like, just haven't watched it since.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, you could expect to be bored, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how you get on with it.
Yeah, I'd like to start watching it, but I don't know. Otherwise, there's just some like other random little series and stuff. I guess I started watching, fully watching. You remember that show in America that we watched? Just Roll With It.
Oh yeah.
I started actually watching the episodes of that on Disney Plus the other day. That's pretty good.
Oh, amazing! Hey, if you want another recommendation. I've almost finished, and this has been my watch for the last probably month or so. I've been watching The Good Place.
Oh, I've seen it.
Have you watched all of it?
All of it, yep. Watched all of it.
I'm literally on the last 2
before.
episodes.
It's so good.
I've got to watch one 20-minute episode, and then I've got to watch the final 50-minute episode. And then that's it. I finished it. I really have enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's such a good show. I think I watched it back in June, I want to say.
All right, yeah.
But it's so good.
I'm going to be gutted when it ends, but at the same time, there's not really a lot more they can do.
No.
I think they've kind of explored every possible avenue before it gets too repetitive.
Yes.
And diverts completely from the story. So I'm looking forward to ending it. It looks like it's going to be a nice ending. And then I'm going to go back and revisit Outer Banks, because Outer Banks Season 2 has just come out, which I'm looking forward to.
Ooh.
They left it on a really interesting ending.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any spoilers, but it was basically one which confirmed there was going to be a Season 2, but they've also like... There was a very big scene where like at one point you're like, oh shit, and they're like, oh, okay, and yeah, I can't say anything obviously if people want to watch it, but I'd recommend watching Outer Banks as well. It's a really good show.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Oh, well,
So-
that's quite sweet.
Yeah, so it's The Walking Dead. Is there anything else, or is that the main one you reckon?
There's some other things, but I can't remember what they are.
Yeah, fair
Um,
enough.
I've been told to watch The Handmaid's Tale, but
All right, okay.
I think I've watched one episode, maybe two. I've definitely seen a few other ones. Peaky Blinders. When I start watching that,
All right, yeah.
I've watched. I watched about 3 episodes before it became popular, but all in just the
Right.
wrong order. It came on TV or something like that, at like Christmas a few years back.
Hey, I've got a Peaky
Um,
Blinders shot glass.
Ooh.
I've never, ever watched Peaky Blinders, but I had to buy this shot glass and I wanted to get like £20 worth of free cider. So I bought the shot glass, and then £20 of free cider came with it.
I wouldn't be complaining if I were you. That's
Yeah.
that is a good deal.
So I just need to understand what Peaky Blinders is now.
I guess you have to watch it as well.
Exactly, yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah, I've watched. I don't know. I watched like the first and second episode. I remember, but not
Yeah.
for a couple of months at this point. So that'll be something to watch. But other than that, I don't know. It's kind of whatever really possible. Like, I want to have like these, these long ones, like the hour-long ones. But then I also want to have the 20-minute episodes or whatever.
Oh, definitely.
of things, because it kind of it's easier to sit through them than hours and hours of things.
A lot goes on as well in
Yeah.
20 minutes compared to a 40-minute or an hour-long episode where probably the same amount goes on, but it's stretched or more detailed.
Yeah, for sure. But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Talking of finding out things, you're going to be finding out something soon, aren't you, about whether you will be able to go away or not.
Yeah. So, if you don't know, got plans to go away twice in the next 2 months.
Sounds about right.
Which, the first one is officially less than a month away. On the 6th, I am going to a Greek island. Hopefully, we just need to get Rosie's second vaccine sorted by the 23rd, I'm pretty sure. We haven't booked any flights or anything like that because we don't want to like book it until we've got that confirmed, because then she
Yeah.
won't have to isolate when she's back either, which will be pretty nice, I guess.
Yeah.
You won't have to fill in like some other stupid things and whatever else. So we're hoping that she can get her second vaccine probably on Monday, but otherwise some other point throughout the week, which should be all good. And if that goes ahead, amazing, because it's looking like it's going to go ahead at the moment. Just need to have a negative test at some point the week before we go and the week we get back. I think it's the second day we get back, or
Yep.
before the second day we get back, so before the 15th. And then I'm pretty sure as well we have to take one in Greece the day before we go back.
I think that's right, yeah.
So, but this is the exciting bit I didn't tell you. I bought travel insurance, Fraser, right?
Uh-huh.
And on our travel insurance, it says that if for any reason we have to stay for even longer, our hotel expenses and whatever else are all covered under the insurance.
Oh, that's so good.
And it also covers if it gets moved to the red list at any point. So
That's so good.
so yeah, the whole hotel expense and food expense all gets covered under the insurance.
We might as well just say you can't return, ever.
Yeah.
So, oh shit, sorry, Rosie's getting symptoms again. Oh, now I've got
Oh,
symptoms.
no.
Blast! Horrible. And then come December 25th, you're just coming home for Christmas.
But like we kind of picked the right time to go, because that's the same week that students go back to school.
Yeah.
And the week after is the week where, college students go back, and then the week after that is where university students go back.
Yeah.
So we've kind of picked the right time, and also the island's cases per week are 5 in the whole week or something like that. So
Which is great.
they're really low. So the chances of it being moved to a red list, I mean, Greece itself could be, but I've looked at Greece's cases and whatever else, and they've kind of either leveled out or they're starting to go down. So generally pretty good.
Nice.
And it means that we'll miss all this summer holiday or summer rush off from people that can go places at the moment.
Yeah,
but that's
of course.
looking hopeful.
Lovely. Well, that'll be exciting.
Should be good. Yeah, and then I've got another one planned, which has been planned for almost 2 years now. Actually, it has been 2 years now, I'm pretty sure, to go to Orlando again on I think it's the 2nd we're flying out of October. But America hasn't opened up to the UK yet, so the
course.
chances of that are very dependent on
Slim
that.
at the moment. Mm.
Yeah, and I need to get my Esther sorted out again because, it's been so long since I got my Esther for last year. That ended up getting, but then I have to get it renewed for this year if it does happen. But I don't know where we're staying or anything like that at the moment still, so I don't know if it's going ahead. So I don't want to go and book it. Or I don't want to go and pay out if it's not going to go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't take that long for it to go through anyway, so worst comes to worst, you can do it like a week before.
Yeah, exactly. But I just don't want it to be like, sorry, you can't go. Because I looked at it, I started doing it the other day as like a precaution. And it now asks you for your Twitter, your Facebook, Instagram, your YouTube channel. It asks for all this stuff now, which is really weird.
Yeah, the YouTube stuff is all a bit weird, like all of the social media. It's optional, I know that, but it is just strange.
It's if you've got a presence, you have to do it, apparently.
Oh god, what a fun.
Yeah, which I'm not too fussed about because I don't post anything bad about America.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, week before, I hate America, Biden smells like a stinky willy.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know. It's all kind of up in the air with that one. And if it can't go ahead, then it's been decided that we're just going to get it refunded. And,
yeah, don't blame you.
Which is sad, but, what can you do?
I mean, you can't be keeping that amount of money just tucked away somewhere in hopes that it will eventually happen.
I think it's up to $2,000 or something like that. It's like 1,500.
Yeah, you just can't have that.
And, we'll see.
Yeah, I wish I had holiday plans.
You did.
I don't actually have any holiday plans, but there is something that's coming out next week, which I really want to get planned. Yeah. KFC. Hear me out. You'll see how it kind of ties into like some holiday or break.
Exactly what it is.
KFC are running a limited time KFC hotel.
Yeah, I saw this
KFC fucking hotel. How cool would that be? Somewhere in London, there's literally a KFC themed room, or rooms in a hotel, and inside the room there's a press for chicken button. I'm going. That would be an amazing YouTube video.
Yeah. Is it expensive or...
£111 for one night. Which for London is relatively average.
Yeah, that's better than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. So I am trying my best to try and get in that because it's only there for 11 days. Everything is 11 themed. So £111, 11 days. I don't know if it's 11 rooms, but it's all based off of the 11 spices which make up KFC. And all the money that's raised from it also goes to charity, so it's like even better.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's
anyway.
sick.
But you know what isn't sick?
Us?
Hopefully. And the next section for you.
Oh.
Go on then, fill us in. So you've had some not so good news, but potentially good, but still some news which requires you to put in a lot of effort soon.
Yeah, so you remember about, I don't know, what was it, probably like a year and a half ago, probably just over.
Yeah.
We had notice come through about us having to leave the house because they were selling it. Well, that obviously got pushed back quite a bit. And it got pushed back because of coronavirus, which is, I guess, a good thing, but it's bad that coronavirus is here and around and whatever else. So now it's coming kind of, towards the part where everything's pretty much back to normal. The house has had an offer that has been accepted by has been accepted by the people that own the place, and it's from our landlord / estate agent, which is, could be worse. It could be just some random person's offered to buy the house, but I guess it's because it's close to home, then great. Mm-hmm. And basically, we've either we've kind of been bought with the house if the mortgage goes through with it. So we're still going to be living here for the time being whilst they're like revamping it and stuff at like little parts, like building out back a little bit more.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. So not the end of the world in that retrospect. But if the mortgage place can't accept it because of the cracks and stuff in the wall, then we have to get notice and leave.
Which is not fun at all. And like, how much notice do you even have?
See, a couple weeks ago, it was 4 months. I don't know if it's still 4 months. It's either 4 months or 2 months. I believe it's now 2 months again.
Right.
So about 8 weeks, I guess. Which it's quite difficult to find a house in anywhere near me, that's like decent, because it's all either really expensive or just a bit shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part's not fun. And the good thing though is the guy that's buying the house has said if we do have to leave, he is gonna try and help us find a house as best as he can. Otherwise,
which is very kind of him, because like some landlords don't even give a shit about their tenants.
Well, exactly. I guess it's because we've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
so he's being very kind about it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, otherwise he said he's going to give us like a golden reference so that like any other place can't really not accept us, which is pretty good. But that's that really.
So I guess you just got to keep your fingers crossed, and that's the reason why Kai wasn't here last week. By the way,
Yes.
He had to deal with the logistics of that. So yeah, it would have been cancelled, but I pushed through and carried
Well done,
on.
Fraser. Well done,
and I'm never
Fraser.
doing it again.
It sounded good though. I listened to it, so you did well.
So yeah, next time it will be Kai that's doing a solo.
Oh.
Have fun.
But yeah, that's that really.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're not looking forward to dealing with that, really.
Not really, but it'll either be we're either leaving or we're not situation still. So
Of course,
I'm still gonna look around and see what happens, and that's about it really.
Yeah, hopefully you'll know soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But the good thing is there's other things to look forward to.
Yeah, there is.
Go on then. What is
Two
there to look
things.
forward to?
Haven't written one of them down because I forgot.
Okay.
We are recording more of the album next week.
Woohoo!
Or as of this episode coming out, we would have recorded more of the album already. Which is pretty good.
Mhm.
We are doing, I think we're recording on Tuesday and some point later on that week as well, I'm pretty sure, which should be pretty good. And that'll be good. So then almost 4 songs are done, which will be good. I said which will be good many times just then.
I think it will be good.
Which will be good. And then got another gig on the 13th.
Woo! One
This
down and
one-
another one to go straight away.
Yeah, this one's a bit more. So the place that we're doing it, we messaged them the other day to like confirm things, and they were like, "Yeah, we haven't actually got a PA anymore, so we're having to use the one that we used the other day and whatever else."
Right.
And we're like, "Oh, okay, how come?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're going bust," and it's like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
So they're going bust on some point next month. So it's the last month of gigs for them, and then
Well, that's something to go down in history. You played out a pub.
exactly. So that should be good. If you want to come along, I think we're starting at like somewhere between 8, half 8 or something, and it's at a place called it's like the micro pub, the Studio in Herne Bay. So come along, have some fun. We're gonna do a couple extra covers, I think, for this one, just because it's just us playing. And should be good.
Hey, that sounds like loads of fun. It's good to be, I bet you're glad to be, even though the whole situation with the pub ain't good, that's not your problem, luckily.
Well, exactly.
But I bet you're glad to be like out again, actually going around and seeing new places.
Yeah, it's nice to just be doing things again,
Hopefully branching out to new audiences as well.
Exactly. And there's a bit less notice for this one, just because it's been more of a sudden sort of thing, I guess. But
Yeah.
should go well, I'd think.
Good. Well, fingers crossed. That's a nice thing to look forward to.
Yeah, just gotta hope. And obviously we'll advertise it a little bit more over the next week. Hopefully more people can come along, and it should be very nice.
Lovely.
So yeah, come along if you can. Otherwise, don't worry about it too much. There'll be more in the future.
He won't be mad at you, don't worry.
I'll be mad.
Oh,
Still got my
shit.
exclusive guitar picks as well, so if you want one, that's the chance to get them. You come to a gig, I throw them at you.
You do. I've still
do.
got mine.
Yeah.
Mine
I mean,
is...
I gave one to you, but...
Yeah, I had like a very small throw, also known as a pass.
AKA a here you go, Fraser.
Yes. AKA, Kai, please can I have one? Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's in my wallet. I haven't taken it out. It's probably going to stay there, to be honest.
That's cute.
I didn't. Do you know what? I thought that it was because I remember you talking about this ages ago when you first said, "Oh, we're going to be getting these." You posted a picture of them, and I thought one of them.
Two?
Yeah, I thought one of them was a Kairos Best one, and the other one was a King for a Day one. But it's both designs on one.
Yeah, I thought it'd be easier just to kind of like mix them together rather than.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Else. Yeah, it worked quite well, I think. And
you know, if you all blow up in the future, and this could come really, really popular.
Yeah, it could be, because there are only 100 of these ones.
Exactly. So it could be a really sought after collector's item, and something that I got for free could end up being like 500 quid.
Ah, well, you'll find out.
I guess we'll find out. And if you want to send me more, you know my address.
Sorry, what's your address?
Okay, so we're coming towards the end of this week's episode, but I do want to put like a little special announcement out because I want to introduce a new segment to the podcast, which is going to be, I don't know how it's going to go. It might be cool, it might be rubbish. We might keep it for a long time, or it might just be like a 2-3 week thing before we realise we hate it. So, the new segment that I'm thinking of is Question of the Week. Now, Ooh. It's not just like any question. It's not just like, a Q&A question. What we want you to do is tweet us at Stuck in a Podcast with a question. It could be any question you want. It could be like a deeply philosophical question, like what are the 7 wonders of the world and why do they exist, and why would you ever make them in the first place? It could be something stupid like that, or it could be something a little bit more realistic, like what's going on in the world. What do you think of the fires that are going on at the moment? Do you think that's affected by global warming? Or it could be something that's a little bit more fun, upbeat, but ultimately we don't want it to be a Q&A question. We want it to be a topic we can discuss. So I guess the fun example could be like, oh, did you see that video of the 500 dogs that went to the hospital the other week? That was so cute. And then we can discuss it, like, what's the positive effects of dogs? We can, little topics like that.
I thought the 500 dogs were going into hospital because some bad accident had happened or something like that.
Okay. There's so many things wrong.
My whole face, I was like so happy to hear the questions and whatever else you were like reading just then, like in your head, and then my whole face just dropped thinking like you've said like, why are the 500 dogs in the hospital? It's like,
oh dear,
why are they in the hospital?
No, all good things there. Okay. So we want to introduce some segments like that, so topics we could discuss, things that we can talk about, and like ultimately questions we can bring up to each other and maybe have like a little debate, because as I mentioned last week, sometimes Kai and I don't have we don't have agreeing opinions, and we do have conflicting opinions, so it'd be good to get like some discussion going on, which can also create a discussion with all of you. So there's no secret word this week, but I'm going to say a big shout out to the people that got the secret word in the last week's episode, on the one where I was by myself. Peter, Bright Lily and Royce, all 3 of you, yes, you got tennis ball. That was the secret word. GG. So yeah, no secret word this week, but instead the secret word replacement is please send us some topics we can discuss, some questions we can discuss for question of the week. If your question isn't featured on one week, it may be featured in future weeks. So send as many questions as you want. That is your secret word replacement for this week, because we want to explore to see how well this new segment is going to go. We can only do it and see how it goes. We cannot obviously rehearse it, so send us some interesting questions.
Yes.
But otherwise, I think that's it for this week's episode.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of... Don't forget to follow us on our Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast, where you'll be tweeting us the questions for us to discuss. Follow us on our personal ones as well, at FraserIRL and at Kairos Best. We upload a new podcast episode every single Wednesday, hopefully, here on Spotify. Wow, I'm going to keep that in on Spotify. So make sure you follow us here and turn on notifications for the information as to when we go and post our next episode. Obviously, turn on notifications on Twitter as well, because that's another place you can get the notifications. Or join us on our Discords, where we have the dedicated podcast channels. Yeah, have a great week, have a great weekend, have a great dinner. Let us know what you're having for dinner tonight. I'm hungry. Yum. I think I'm having nachos, a bit of chili. Kai heard the discussion with my family earlier,
I did.
Definitely some chili going on. What are you having for dinner, Kai?
I bought some burgers yesterday, so probably burgers.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
Nah, not really.
Cool, and thanks so much for listening. Until next week's episode, don't forget, eat your burgers, bitch.
Yum yum, bitch.